But first, with the European elections 2 weeks away, tonight we begin the first of a series of 7 interviews with all of the candidates. Before we speak to Stephen Agnew, here's a brief introduction to the Green Party's candidate. At 29, the Green Party's Stephen Agnew is the youngest of the 7 candidates standing in the European election. Currently, he is chairman of the party's North Down Association. This is not his first personal campaign. 2 years ago, in the Assembly election, he stood in East Belfast. Despite this personal setback, his proudest moment in politics came in the same campaign when party colleague Brian Wilson claimed a seat in North Down. And he thinks Northern Ireland is in for a surprise when the votes are counted. He thinks the Greens are going to do a lot better than expected. Away from politics, his interest in music will see him at gigs around the country following up-and-coming bands. Given his age, no surprise there. But what could set him apart was acting in a locally produced film called I Wanted to Talk to You Last Night, a film about 20-somethings living in Belfast. Maybe he'll be performing on a larger political stage in the future. Stephen Agnew is with me now. Stephen Agnew, you say when the Green votes are counted, we'll be surprised. In what way?
Well, I think a lot of people have discounted the Greens in this election, but I think a combination of our positive message, the failure of our current executive parties in the Assembly to even meet for 5 months when there was a global crisis, economic crisis, and the failure of some of the parties in this election to even talk about Europe, I think we'll see a lot of people turn to the Greens.
You have a mountain to climb. In the last European election, the Greens got less than 5,000 votes.
Yes, well, that's what I'm saying. I think we'll see a massive increase in our vote this time. Since then, we've had the election of Brian Wilson as an MLA. We've had the election of councillors. People have seen the Greens across Europe do well. Remember, we've 43 MEPs in the European Parliament, making us arguably the largest party in this election. We're seen as small in Northern Ireland, but in Europe we're a major force.
And what are you saying to people on the doorsteps?
We're saying to people that not only do we have to tackle the economic crisis, we have to tackle the climate crisis, and we have to tackle the energy crisis. But the good news in that, it means there's opportunities for jobs here in Northern Ireland and new industries and creating wind turbines and renewable energy technology.
But equally, are people not likely to turn around and say to you, because you got less than 5,000 votes the last time, a vote for the Greens is a wasted vote?
Well, there's no such thing as a wasted vote in a PR elections. I'm asking people to give me their number one in good faith, and if they transfer 2, 3, 4, if I don't get in, then that vote will be transferred on. But I believe a vote for number one for Stephen Agnew is a good way to vote. You
say if you don't get in, do you really expect that you will be one of the 3 MEPs after the 4th of June?
Well, I'm fighting this election and that hope and doing everything I can to make sure that's a reality. As I say, we're offering a positive message. We're offering jobs here in Northern Ireland. We're offering hope. Many of the other candidates are failing to offer anything other than, you know, the age-old arguments.
Stephen Agnew, thank you.
Thanks a lot.